Hello, welcome. It's super late. I cannot sleep. So, what better time than to read some unhingedness with you all? So, today we're going to be taking a look at r/NiceGirls. We did Nice Guys last time, and I will pin it somewhere. I'll do that little eye thing that will pop up somewhere above my head, so you can check that out afterwards. So, today we're going to even the playing field by looking at r/NiceGirls. So, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in listening to with me today, then please do stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. Starting off strong, I just punched my microphone. I am surprised this thing is still going. I do that an awful lot. So this first one was shared to the subreddit by Leading Man, and the title says, suggested a date, got a lecture. Oh, wonderful. So Nice Girl is in white and ROP is in blue. You suggested drinks equal to coffee or museum. I said coffee because at least I like drinking coffee. I don't drink alcohol, so meeting for non-alcoholic drinks in a bar seems like a waste of time. Plus, bars don't have good energy. And while I like museums, I consider them lame for a first date. Same with hikes or walks. No investment. Bare minimum. Nothing attractive about that. I want a guy who I can't stop thinking about after our first date. I'm sorry, but if you think I'm gonna go on a first date and put my back out for it, no way. First date is where you literally meet to figure out if you think the person's a weirdo or not. It should be low-key, it should be simple, it should be something you can easily walk away from. So a coffee or something like that is a perfect first date because it's short, it's sweet, and then you can continue if it's going well. Other than that, yeah, no, I would feel really uncomfortable if someone went all out for a first date for me, because I'd be like, mate, I don't even know if I like you yet. What are you doing? Sorry to be this direct, but a woman shouldn't tell a guy what to do for a date. I think we should just skip it. No big deal. Start differently with a new person. And then the OP just replies, dodged a bullet. If all you want is an expensive dinner, you should say so. Cheers. Yeah, definitely dodged a bullet. People like that are just too high maintenance and a headache. So then the OP gives a little bit of context, saying, I suggested we meet for drinks somewhere with a view, or check out a new exhibit at a museum that looked interesting. She asked if we could get a coffee the following week. Cool, that works. When I followed up to set up the date, she sent this. What's really funny is that I don't drink alcohol either. It's right there on my dating profile. Honestly, and what she said about bars as well, there's no point in going if you don't drink. Not necessarily. Sometimes people do just like to go sit in a bar, have a non-alcoholic drink, have a mocktail, and just soak up the vibes and the energy. Because some bars, yes, they have bad vibes, but some bars are just really chill and nice, and you go and have a nice little drinky and it's all chill and, yeah, just being around people when they're all happy and they're all enjoying themselves can be quite fun. I suppose it depends on the type of bar. It really does. But yeah, no, this OP definitely dodged a bullet, because why would you put your neck out so far for a first date? This woman wants money and that is all, and she very clearly told you so. So down in the comments, the Andre2131 says, I wonder why people are so against coffee or other simple dates for a first date. It's meant to be a low investment and for you to get to know each other. Exactly. The second date is where you can go a little bit more all out, because obviously you're into each other at that point, because you wouldn't be doing a second date otherwise. And then Hull High says, because you're thinking about we, while the other side is thinking about me. It's not deeper than that, unfortunately. Yeah, exactly. I wonder if this woman has had any success. I honestly feel sometimes like the words know your worth has been bastardized by some people to be, you have to spoil me, and if you don't, then you're not worthy. And that's not what know your worth means at all. It's not about material investment. It's about the way people treat you, and it should be about the way people, talk to you and interact with you. That should be what know your worth is about. And yeah, obviously to a certain degree, if someone was like, yeah, I'm gonna take you into the back of my car to have instant coffee for a first date, No. That is a know your worth moment. That's a no. You can at least go to a flipping coffee shop. This next post was shared by bar9388. Sometimes you just gotta dish it back. So, this person, for some reason, has decided to comment on this dude's picture saying, "Is this beard still happening? Or where are we at with the beard situation?" The OP replies saying, "It's still a situation, yes ma'am. I've had it much, much longer and scary," laughing face. And then the nice girl says, "I'm just not a big beard kind of gal." And then he says, "And yet here you are." Because, yeah, why would you comment on someone's photo to diss them? And then they just put, "She never messaged back. Sad face." I'm sure the OP was super sad. So down in the comments, Cautious Relief F1521 says, "I'm a girl and that's so weird to text someone. Hey, just letting you know that you're not my type." Exactly. Baffling. And then handsome boy meow something, I don't know, I'm lost, said negging is sadly a pretty common approach in dating from shit people. Yeah, I have noticed that myself. I don't do online dating myself, but I have before tried it, God, years ago. And there was a reason I said never again. Because yeah, I would have some people trying to neg me about my height. Yeah, weird that is, isn't it? Next post posted by Wooden Warrior saying, "That's a first." So we have another text conversation here. The OP liked their photo and they said, "Who's your friend?" "My brother." "In the first pic? He's single?" OP says, "Seriously? He's married. Sorry to disappoint." And then she says, "Oh, okay. I guess you'll do." I guess you'll do? "Excuse me, Miss Lady. How bloody dare you?" And OP says, "Whoa, that's not a way to get started. Good luck out there," with a thumbs up emoji. That is hella rude. Oh my goodness. Like, hey, you'll do if your friend's not single. No, get the fuck out of here, thank you. So down in the comments, this is my username 9908 says, "I've seen a ton of profiles where there is a more attractive girl in a group photo than the girl whose profile it is. It has never once crossed my mind to be a terrible human being and ask if the more attractive girl was single. Gross." And then HotFox8797 says, "It has crossed my mind many times, but I would never actually do it. And that's called having a filter." Yeah, honestly, we would all be lying if we haven't said we've seen, anyone who has used online dating in the past. And you've seen like a group photo and you're trying to figure out whether the hot one is the person whose profile it is. And you kind of want to ask, but you don't want to be a butthole. And yeah, normal people don't ask. Especially if you are 100% sure. I mean, if you're not 100% sure whose profile it actually is, then yes, you'll ask. But if you know whose profile it is, but you just know that obviously, yeah, they have hot friends and you ask, that's so rude and so degrading. OK Tutor 7166 says, "She broke it off. I accepted. She got upset." I love these kind of ones. They make me laugh so much because it's like, why are you getting butthurt? You wanted to break up with them. Like, I've seen quite a few messages like this in like threads like this, and they do crack me up. It's quite funny. So they give a little context and we'll read that first. They say, "So I've been talking to this girl for a few weeks, flirted a lot, texting back and forth, but I would ask for a date. She would say she was busy. She said she would find time. Asked her out 3 times, never found time. Showed up multiple times to the gym and spent whatever time I could with her. It was literally the only time and place she would give me. I would text her every day, show up, walk her to her car whenever I could. I went at crazy lengths to communicate with her and tell her my feelings. I was vulnerable while she went hot and cold." Yeah, that's when you kind of have to go, this person is giving me all the signs and signals that they really aren't as into me as I am into them. Time to stop wasting my time. Anyways, she went silent one day. I didn't chase. I basically matched her energy and what she was putting in. I was tired of pursuing without feeling some of the same. Then I get this series of texts. She could have had these conversations with me before breaking it off, not post to dangle the potential of a relationship in front of me. I'm good. Okay, so then we have the nice girl in grey and the OP in blue. Me and you are cool, just so you know. Think we are just on two different levels, and it's probably better if we are just friends. All good, we're good. Thanks for being honest. I'll see you around. I think you are great, by the way. This is just my point of view. Your life doesn't match mine, the way you are and what you make priority in life. And this isn't to say you suck, by the way. Ha ha ha. I do like you. I just need someone who is present in wanting to talk to me and be about me and my life. Well, she completely does not make herself present while he tries to have conversations. Okay. Think you are just used to your life being a certain way for a while that you think you are good with how it is. I think that's great, really. Oh wow, holy condescension, Batman. I don't want it to be weird or feel like you can't talk to me still when you see me because I enjoy you very much. But if it's weird for you, I get it. I'm sorry, I definitely went about that wrong with first just texting, and we're just better off friends without giving you any context to what I've been feeling towards you. So I apologise for that. And then the OP just says, no worries, I understand, no hard feelings. And then Nice Girl says, lol, never mind, you just proved my point. Actually, I'm good. I actually don't think I want to stay cool with someone who literally does not care, so I'll do the same. Bye. The most annoying part about you is that I said I needed more because it felt like you didn't care. You cared about when I was in the gym and you saw me. I even said I need more to feel comfortable, and instead you act majority of the time like I don't exist. I give you a chance to say something and still crickets, so I won't feel bad when I see you and ignore you, because in reality you didn't care. This was a waste of time. Take care. You can delete my number now. Honestly, yeah. This is exactly why I like posts like this and they make me laugh, because it's just funny to see the mindset of people like this. She just wants to get a kick of the OP being like, no, please, let's keep this going. I really like you. I really want this to work. Don't drop me. I'll do this, that, and the other. And you can tell that by the way it was like a massive kickoff when the OP was like, yeah, no, I understand. That's fine. No worries. Because a normal person would be like, I'm so glad you've taken that well. Thank you very much. See you around. Good luck with everything. Not fly off the handle and be like, actually, never mind. So down in the comments, Dr. I don't know. I just think it's funny. Yeah, me too. And then Lunchbox Psychologist says, ha ha ha, I was waiting to see it. She just kept texting. Honestly, it's coming. Every time I see threads like this, I'm like, wait for it. And then Master Maintenance 672 says, I was expecting another text from her starting with, now I see your true colours. Oh, honestly, they love that line. Blah, blah, blah. Next post, posted by LessTitle1382, saying, I didn't think girls like this actually existed. So we got a text thread. I'm guessing the nice girl's in grey and the OP is in blue. So, what time on Tuesday? Like 3 or so? Remember, I stay in Mill Valley, so you'd have to scoot me from here. That's good, right? I just wanted to do a few spots at the Court Madeira shopping village and then the city, of course for the dispensary, and the rest that they don't carry in Marin. Also, just so we're clear before we meet, do you expect me to pay for all this, or you just want to go shopping together? I gotta do some Christmas shopping as well. Dude, the date is you taking me shopping. We've been over this. It's my Christmas gift. Don't know why you'd expect or think that it'd be up to me to pay for it, because it's your stuff, love. You're going to hang out together. Doesn't mean he has to pay for everything. OP just replies, ha 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 ha. Nice Girl says, yeah, never had a man agree to take me shopping on a date and then assume that I'd be paying. That's just real weird. Like, am I the man or you? Laughing my butt off. So, 3 is the earliest that you can pick me up on Tuesday? Yeah, fair enough. You've got a $70 allowance. Please tell me that you are not going to actually. $70? Laughing face. Stop playing with me. The weed order is $200 on its own. Yeah, I'm good. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Like 70? Gotta be a joke. Embarrassing. You're like, fucking get your money up, bum. You're mad because I won't give you money. That's wild. My job is getting spoiled, loser. Not an ugly man who has to go out and work like you. I get literally 15 to 20,000 a month just for existing. You're not valuable like that though. Watch your fucking mouth. You can't even afford to touch me, ugly bitch. Wow. To each their own, and I'm glad that you have that much value. That is wild. Absolutely wild. And I'd love to know what it is that she apparently does that gets her 15 to 20,000 a month. Because I have doubts. Someone who has to basically try and mooch off of dates can't be making that much a month, surely. So the OP says, met this girl on Hinge and offered a shopping date. Mentioned I had to do some Christmas shopping, so it could be fun to go to the mall together and do a shopping date. Yeah, if that was me, I would have assumed that the OP meant just like hang out whilst we do our shopping, you know? Down in the comments, Darren says, broke women demanding money from men or they will be called broke is always funny. Yeah, it's such a hypocritical thing, being like, you brokey, and then asking for $200 off of them. And then Glittering Relief 402 says, I am a tour guide, and whilst I was doing a bachelorette party, this guy came around asking all of us for $5 to catch the bus. We all said we didn't have cash, and he said, broke bums, all of you. You're the one asking for money, dude. Next post, posted by Ghost Pew Pew. I think that's supposed to say. I dunno, you tell me. So the OP says, very cute, what's your tattoo say? And then the nice girl says, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in talking, kind of disgusted by men, so if you feel the need that I need to apologise for having my face out there, fine, go fuck off and find a slut. I'm not going to be abused by random ass dudes from the internet anymore. And if you want to call me crazy, that's cool to keep in mind. I am a doctor and I'm not here playing games. So bye bye. Bye bye. They asked what your tattoo said. Mate, that's wild. And they just put crazy first interaction. Yeah. What? So down in the comments, Delicious Uterus says, that's an awfully long text to get a tattoo of, but that's just my take. Next post, Bzap says, greet with the wrong name, must be gay. What? So Nice Girl's in grey and the ROP is in blue. Nice Girl says, are you gay? Who's Jan? OP says, whoa, gay? Sorry, bisexual. Why would you call me Jan? I am not gay or bi. Why do you ask? Well, you can't even correct my name. My apologies, Janelle. And then she says, but you're not sorry really. It's just really immature. This can't be a real conversation. You're trolling me. And then she says, no, dick. This was your mistake. Okay, so she decides to call the OP gay because he shortened her name. And then the OP gives us some context. Sorry, I only had a split second to get the screenshot before she unmatched and it cut off my initial greeting. I mistakenly said hello Jan instead of Janelle when I asked her how her weekend was going. And this is the insanity I received in return. Like, I understand if you don't like people shortening your name and being like, oh, by the way, I don't actually go by Jan, I go by my full name. That is cool, but what a weird thing to do. And I also think people who insult people by saying oh, are you gay? Because they're trying to insult you. They are really telling on themselves for their homophobic tendencies. So down in the comments, Broken Stoke says, you sure dodged a bullet. And then Exact Comparison 792 says, they didn't dodge just a bullet, they dodged map dumps like Neo. And then Content Study 1575 says, the atomic bomb, if you will. This post was by Egg123456789. Matched with her, didn't respond immediately, and she sent this. Hey! Wow, okay, I didn't want to talk to your chunky ass anyway. You're too fat and ugly, and I don't know why you matched me. I mean, considering you think they're ugly and fat, and you think that that's a bad thing, why did you match with them? Crazy lady. And by the way, there was a minute between those two messages. That's wild. People like that expect an instant reply are just another form of crazy I don't want to deal with, personally. So then down in the comments, Exponential777 says, needs instant replies is an automatic no. Yeah, exactly. If you're like talking to somebody and they get funny when you don't reply or they get pissy, avoid like the plague. If they get pissy if you don't reply, within a short amount of time, because it's a good thing if we learn to just leave our phones on the side for a little while and ignore them and not worry about text messages coming through. More people should do that, in fact. So yeah, someone like that is just going to be an absolute headache and probably controlling and weird. Next post, posted by Crucidox, says, known each other for a week with dry convos to boot. So, Nice Girl says, good morning! Did you just wake up? Laughing face, good morning / afternoon. Yes, and I'm awake, you! Yay! What's the haps, big boss? I have a question. Yeah? I love questions. Do you have Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal? Oh dear. I believe you're talking to a bot, my friend. I have Venmo. Can I borrow some moolah? No, winky face. Darn, at least I tried. Do you normally ask strangers for cash? Yeah, but they usually say yes, 'cause I'm hot. Oh my goodness. So, down in the comments, OMG WTF says, this isn't a nice girl, this is a scam. And then Mr. Uncle Gumbo says, with caps locks on. Yeah, definitely. I don't think that the OP was talking to a real human, personally. Right then, last post for the day. This one was posted by M. Dizzle, and they say, she tried to convince me that I'm gay rather than accept rejection. This is twice now in the same video where someone's gone for that to try and insult someone. Wow. It really does speak volumes about the way they see things. Holy wall of text. Right, okay, let's get into it. My entire stay, I was shocked at how much you live in so much fear. It's nothing I have seen before. You can't even cough loudly in your apartment because you are scared of your neighbour. He has stolen years of free will from you and you succumb to it like you have no personal autonomy. Also was shocked why you choose to stay closeted. Hanging your ex-girlfriends as trophies will never make you straight and neither will blank suddenly fall in love with you. It will surprise you how many people are waiting for you to come out so they can hug you and embrace you. I cannot make it go away by you with a strap on as you begged me to. Again, you keep living in fear, and now you have locked yourself in your own personal torture prison where you harbour so much self-hate and project it to everyone around you. You torture yourself so much that you have convinced yourself you don't deserve success, that you are less than and deserve nothing, so it pisses you off to see anyone else embrace themselves so easily, even your friends, your brothers and father. You can't manipulate other people or yourself into loving you. It doesn't work like that. I told you before and I'll tell you now, the world is on your side. Put your weapons down. No one wants to attack you. No amount of breath work, meditation will work until you do something about it. I hope one day you can live your truth, get an apartment where you can scream scream if you want to, make coffee at the time of your choosing, and host loud parties. Can you imagine that? I'd say it was nice meeting you, but good riddance, and get that courage no matter how long it takes. Maybe this is why we met, so I could tell you exactly this. I am so glad that the OP is now going to provide us with some context, because what? So, some date context. She was visiting my city for a few days. We ended up hooking up in the first hours of day one of her visit, and I agreed that she could crash at my place that evening. She originally had booked a hotel that she wasn't happy with. We spent the rest of the day together while she did touristic things, but after 5 to 6 hours of that, I discovered I really couldn't handle or stand her personality, and she didn't seem very into mine. She was super manipulative, controlling, jealous, passive-aggressive, and not able to take care of herself at all, or feigned helplessness for attention. She would film literally everything we did, wanted me to be her walking, talking selfie stick, and then complained about my photography. Shared a photo of my flat interior on an Instagram story and wanted to share videos of me playing small, raw ideas on the piano. I told her no, and she was clearly not happy. She was over 30 minutes late to meet and left me standing in the cold with zero apology. Complained very judgmentally about my apartment being too cold. It was set to 20 degrees in Europe in December. While wearing next to nothing. Slow walker, loud eater, materialistic, cagey, and defensive. Really not my bag. When we climbed into bed to sleep, she told me that I was temporarily banished from touching her due to how I'd handled the temperature of the flat. I told her, okay, switched off the light and went to sleep. I told her the next morning that I was sorry, but I didn't want anything else romantic with her. She told me that she'd cancelled her hotel and had nowhere else to go. The hotel did seem legit. She'd shown me the reservations, contact with them, and I felt pity and said that she could stay the other nights, but I'd sleep elsewhere in my flat. We had a weird 48 hours from then on. Tried to do platonic things. She hopped from agreeing with me that there were no feelings to trying to kiss and bang me, telling me the whole trip could have been an email, to trying to say that she felt pregnant after protected sex the day before and that I now need to buy dinner for two. What? The whole day I've tried to be as caring and courteous as I possibly could. I've paid for all her meals, tried to make my environment cozier and warmer for her. When I want to go to sleep, she's already in my bed. I ask her to briefly move so that I can take off this mattress topper so that I can sleep downstairs. She absolutely loses it. Springs up and starts arguing, saying how unpredictable I am. I told her and retold her by text that this was the sleeping plan, that I should be nice about it. I asked her to move in a quiet, calm voice after having done 30 minutes of deep breathing. Asked, is it really that bad? I guess about sleeping next to her. I left no comment. I remade my actual bed for her to sleep in and offered her a hot water bottle, which she declined, saying, "Don't stress yourself." I say, okay, and go to sleep. I go running the next morning, text her that I'd be gone for 1.5 hours, but she can help herself to anything. I come back to my flat and she's gone, along with all her stuff. No text, no note. Obviously I'm relieved and get on with my day. The name I've censored is one of my best straight male friends. We've run insane ultra distances together and affectionately refer to one another as each other's running boyfriend. Ah, we say this even in front of his long-term partner of about 10 years. Hall of Fame refers to the fact that the first thing she saw and mentioned in my apartment was that I have no more than 3 photos of some ex-girlfriends on my wall, of around 25 photos in total. They're from a long time ago. We still love each other as friends, and they were special times in my life. She was clearly massively jealous of this, and she said she'd love to end up there. I have literally no idea what she means about my dad and brothers. I told her a bit about dad, next to nothing about my brothers, and only after she ranted to me for hours about the bad relationship she'd had with her own mum and dad. No surprises there. With the neighbour, I basically have a psychotic neighbour living next to me for years. He's super aggressive, shouts and bangs on my walls if I so much as drop a spoon. I've tried to find ways to deal with it where I can live my life, but try and keep peace. Because frankly, I don't need daily conflict. Therefore, for example, I grind my coffee loudly before I go to bed at around 9 p.m, rather than when I usually wake up to run at 5 a.m. Otherwise, I go about my day as I usually would as a relatively quiet dude, and the aggression has definitely gotten better. Apart from grinding coffee as I usually would, I never once asked her to be quiet or do anything differently. I do breathwork and meditation because it makes me feel calm and regulated after highly stimulated days. Again, autism. I would literally rather choke on my own vomit than host a loud party in my apartment. Honestly, same. I would not want to ever host a party at my house. The thought of having people in my house drunk, and a lot of them, and, maybe not being able to get them to leave when I want them to, is horrific. Anyway, it's quite clear that she's deeply, deeply insecure, somewhat of a narcissist, and just couldn't handle a guy saying no to her. She seems like she's only ever had dudes that would essentially bow to her every wish, give her everything she wants without question, and then I come along and spoil it all. The bit that's getting me is the bit where she's like, "Oh yeah, I feel pregnant." What? Of course, there's so many lessons for me to learn. I am very much not off my own hook. I will never, ever let someone I barely know stay in my flat for more than a night of a hookup. You shouldn't let people you barely know in your flat, full stop, mate. That's where you went wrong. But of course, let me have it. I deserve it. Edit, I've just realised I never once embraced the 710 line, begging for a pegging, so I would like to retroactively add that to the story in numerous bouts. Thanks for your attention. So, down in the comments, Charles Lee Cartman says, "Wow, you dodged not just a bullet, but a whole Death Star laser." And then Pretend Efficiency 85 says, "Seriously, avoided an Avenger level threat." And then Profile Extreme 1949 says, "Put Shy Guy back in the corner again level." Honestly, I think I'd rather be torn apart by Shy Guy on one of his screaming rampages than spend a day with her, to be quite fair. Okay, so I think that's where we're going to leave it for the day. This one ended up being a tad longer than I expected it to, honestly. Anyway, if you made it all the way to the end with me, then I appreciate you very, very much. If you give a little like, subscribe, notifications on, don't forget to leave your comment for the pleasings of the algorithm. And that'll be your initiation into the Coven of Void. Welcome. Whatever it is you're doing for the day, I hope you have a really good rest of the day. Goodbye.